April is National Donate Life Month, and joining me now to raise awareness about organ donation is Legia Marañón Garcia and George Fajardo. Thank you so much for joining us here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Now, because this month is so important for Donate Life Month, I think it's a good time to remind all of us the significance of organ donation.
Sure. I was affected personally through donation because my son actually passed away in a car accident in 2018, and he became an organ, eye, and tissue donor. So I went through this experience firsthand, and I wasn't afforded the opportunity to save my son's life. But at the other side of it, I realized that we had the opportunity to save other people's lives through his final gift, and I wanted them to get a very different call than the call that I received. So I made it my personal mission to advocate for donation, because I understand that there's so many people that have hope and are waiting on this national transplant waiting list. There's over 100,000 people, but 17 people die each day waiting for the gift of life.
You actually had a conversation with your son Ricky about organ donation before this happened?
Yes, I had. When he went to fill out his license, he asked me if he should be a donor. I've been a donor my entire life, and I said absolutely.
George, I want to talk about your sister, because your sister was a different type of donor, right? Because it was only tissue. Because it's difficult to be an organ donor, isn't it?
Yes, it is. So in her particular case, she actually passed away in a tragic automobile accident. And she actually passed away on scene. And so in order to be an organ donor, you have to be essentially, let's say, like on life support, right, for lack of a better term. But because of the nature of her accident, she was only able to be a tissue donor. And through her donation, she was able to save 8 lives. And so for us, Legia and I are in a very similar position where, oftentimes it's easy to see the benefits from the recipient side, but you never really get to hear from the donor family, those surviving donor family members. And for us, it's just a way to basically turn a tragic event in our lives into something positive, where we're able to continue carrying on our loved ones' legacy and their memory for many years to come. I mean, in my case, it's been 18 years, and here we are, and I feel like it's getting bigger and bigger.
What about those people that received those donations from your sister and from your son? When you look at their lives, I know that you had an opportunity to meet one of the donors, the heart.
I did. Honestly, it's incredible, because you see that these other families have an opportunity that you don't have. I mean, if I could have just one more day with my son, I would have, I don't know, it feels like it would be the biggest blessing in the world, but I don't have that chance. So when you think of the fact that my son was able to save 5 males from 16 to 69 years old, I mean, the 69-year-old was actually the caretaker of his father and had his grandchildren. Those are opportunities that you never want. You want to have them. There's missed milestones, I mean, for both of us, but we know that other people are having these milestones. And so it really, to hear of fathers at 41 years old, because I actually heard from 3 of the recipients via letters as well. So I heard from the lung recipient and the liver pancreas recipient. And when you hear their stories of being able to watch their children grow, it really gives you a lot of hope that we live in an amazing community and we can really do for other people. People don't understand that when you're registering to be a donor, it's extremely difficult. In the United States, over half the population is registered to be a donor. And last year, of the 3 million people that passed away, there was only 15,000 people that actually became donors.
And why is that?
Because you have to be on life support and you have to be declared dead. I mean, this is difficult for me to say, but that's what happened in my case, but that doesn't happen in the majority of cases. Usually people will die because of illnesses. And
right, there's a lot of screening that goes involved with it as well. So the donor has to have essentially completely clean bill of health. So if they've had any prior conditions or diseases, or even if they just traveled out of the country prior to their passing, that would make them ineligible. So really it's something like less than 1% of registered donors can actually be donors.
The bottom line is that we need more people to become organ donors, and you guys have done an incredible job with the legacy of your son Ricky and your sister Tuli.
Tuli, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you guys are doing amazing work in raising awareness for organ donation. Thank you for that.
Thank you so much, Jackie, for doing this.
Of course.